Hi, Word of Gord here. Beautiful September afternoon. Look at that sun on my shoulder. It's a blessing, is it not? This is my first Maitreya video. I have some audio files on my site, wordofgord.com, but I have finally plucked up the courage to venture into video. There are, well, at least two, if not more, channelers of Maitreya on the internet. I would not care to disagree with them or compete with them. I'm merely offering another perspective. And I believe that is what Maitreya would like. Many voices. I started with him, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. There is an early channeled message in my second book. More Adventures in Eternity. Perhaps I'll read that on another video. Today I would like to focus on a small message channeled on September the 28th here in this house in front of, half a dozen people. I did channel it live, and now I will read it to you. Good afternoon. I am very pleased to be here, and I thank you for your attentiveness. I am aware of your lunchtime discussions of those who choose to serve my vision, and would encourage you to accept their individual approaches to the task. They are not perfect channels, but they are willing, selfless, and sincere, and for that I am grateful. It was envisioned by myself and my brothers and sisters of the group you know of as the Ascended Masters that my project on this planet would be subject to the personal interpretations of each channel. Each has surrendered their ego to my vision of unity and brotherhood in humanity. None of them are completely right, and none of them are completely wrong. We trust that your evolved intelligences will successfully discern what is valuable and what is personal in each of their interpretations. I have been expected in several cultures for quite some time. I shall arrive, but not quite as prophesied. The being who is expected as a Messiah, Savior, Bodhisattva, or world teacher will be accompanied by a parallel development in many individual souls. The Christ consciousness moves as a tide through us all. The absolute brotherhood of all men is my ultimate aim. When that becomes the aim of millions of incarnate souls and not just a vanguard, then the way will be clear for a figurehead such as I to be presented to the world. The wisdom of my pronouncements will always be tested by your critical intelligences. I shall not be issuing commandments, and you will not be asked to obey. The brotherhood of man includes me. You will feed each other as I will feed you. Our hearts will be open to the love which generates and sustains all beings. The increasing energies of the ascension process, of which many of you are no doubt already aware, will ensure that open-heartedness. In such a journey, compassion is unavoidable. Loving your neighbor, regardless of his beliefs and practices, will become as second nature. We are trusting that this brotherhood of man will inevitably spread to all sentient beings, including all your visitors from other planetary systems. Their curiosity and concern has been evident for some time now, and although some appear to take advantage of your ignorance, we ask that your forgiveness will overwhelm your desire for vengeance. The practice of unconditional love will alleviate your sense of helplessness. It is a mistake to cast yourselves as victims of superior technologies. Transcendence of role is equally available to victor and victim. Nothing is as it seems. Allow yourselves to detach from your ego-defined roles and see yourselves freed from the categories which contain you. It is not only us in the non-physical realms who can be joyfully free. You too, incarnates on your journey, can live this joy and this freedom. Loving the enemy is the key, for love dissolves the very definitions which hold you in place. I thank you for your patience and kindness. Even the world teacher needs a receptive audience. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed reading it. I also enjoyed channeling it. It's definitely an honor and a privilege to be one of the channels. I think it's interesting that he mentions the visitors slightly before this October the 14th prophesied appearance. Many other channels have been talking of the love that is asked for and required in this upcoming interaction. And I think it's interesting that Maitreya would agree with that outlook and that request. So I thought it important that I get this online before October the 14th. And aside from saying hello and goodbye to you all, or maybe that's just au revoir, this will be the end of my first YouTube Maitreya channeling. So, goodbye.